What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with breaking news. The Indiana Fever has signed Myisha Hines-Allen. So the subliminal that was sent out last night was confirmation that she will be joining the Fever. And I'm here to tell you, the Indiana Fever admin just broke the story moments ago, and it looked like we got a Natasha Howard.
That announcement just dropped minutes before he hit record, and you can hear it in his voice. This is not the excitement of a fan base getting their Natasha Howard replacement. This is confusion mixed with disappointment. Because Indiana just signed Myisha Hines-Allen, and the numbers tell a story that Fever fans really don't want to hear.
Shout out to Correlation said bargain been hunting for when that should have been top priority in the league, where most of the best players play that position. Laughing my ass off. It is what it is. Potential values over whack in free agency. So the player that is possibly coming is Myisha Hines.
There it is, the Instagram post that started this whole conversation. Red and gold, Fever colors. And before the team even made it official, fans were already doing the math. Myisha Hines-Allen posted net points of -23 over 3 seasons with Minnesota, -19 in 1 year alone. These aren't cherry-picked stats. This is the player Indiana just brought in to replace a defensive anchor who helped them reach the playoffs for the first time in years.
Let's pull it up right now and let me show y'all. So this is the post that she put on her Instagram. And as you guys can see, it's red and gold. We know who is red and gold. Now, the fan base is talking about this. They definitely is. People feel a type of way. Some people are happy. Some people are mad about it. I just want to know y'all thoughts down in the comments section.
Watch how quickly the fan base turned. This isn't about Myisha as a person, or even as a player in isolation. This is about pattern recognition. When you're sitting on roughly $2 million in cap space and you just lost Natasha Howard to Minnesota, fans expect you to make a splash. Instead, they're watching what looks like bargain bin shopping when the franchise just had its most successful season in nearly a decade. And here's what makes this particularly frustrating for Indiana supporters. They watched Kelsey Mitchell take her Supermax contract, $400,000 that could have gone toward another impact player. They're not mad at Kelsey for taking what she earned, but that decision means the front office is now working with limited resources, and every move has to count.
And I find it very interesting. You know, the Indiana Fever got roughly about $2 million left, a little around 2 or a little under 2 left in cap space. So it'll definitely be a bargain deal for them if this is true that they're getting her. But overall, man, I don't know. Fans still want Timmy Figman layback. Will we get Timmy back? I don't know. You know,
the comment section reveals the real divide here. Some fans are calling for Tara McCowan back. Others want Emma Maceman, who just won another EuroLeague MVP, but that's fantasy basketball at this point. Emma's getting a bag from someone, and Indiana doesn't have bag money anymore. They've got role player money. They've got fill the gap money, and that's exactly what this Myisha Hines-Allen signing represents. Now let's talk about what Indiana actually needs. They need a defensive 4 who can protect the rim, switch onto guards when Caitlin Clark gets beat off the dribble, and rebound against physical teams. Natasha Howard gave them that. She averaged 7 rebounds per game and provided veteran leadership in the locker room. Myisha Hines-Allen is coming off a season where she played limited minutes for a Minnesota team that had depth at the forward position.
I don't know if they're going to be able to pull the Emma Maceman out the rabbit out the hat, bro. I just got to be honest. You know, I ain't going to come on here and lie to y'all and not keep it real. But it is looking very, very interesting for the Indiana Fever throughout this free agency process. They've been doing good so far, man. But I don't know if Myisha Hines-Allen could be the answer.
But here's where the front office might actually have a point, even if fans don't want to hear it. The WNBA expanded too quickly. Golden State came in, and suddenly there aren't enough impact players to go around. Role players who would have made $75,000 3 years ago are now getting $200,000. The market is inflated, and teams that don't have cap flexibility are getting squeezed. So Indiana's strategy appears to be this: sign affordable players, draft well, and hope the young core continues developing. It's not exciting, it's not what fans want after watching Caitlin Clark break attendance records and drag this franchise back into relevance. But it might be the only realistic path forward, given their financial constraints.
Mike say, what the F is going on with the Indiana Fever? There's a lot going on, man. Sophie Cunningham motion is insane. Over 40,000 likes in less than 12 hours. No cap. With all these crazy contracts that went to role players, what that tells me is the league expanded too quick, and there's not enough talent to justify having that many players. Yeah, man. Then he went on to say, I think the Liberty were better off getting someone like Elena Smith.
The draft picks just got announced. Number 10 in the first round, 25 in the second, 40 in the third. And the rumor mill is already churning about Gabriela Jaquez potentially being their target at 10. That's the kind of pick that could actually move the needle. A young player on a rookie contract who can contribute immediately while Indiana figures out their long-term roster construction. But let's be real about what's happening here. The Fever are trying to build around Caitlin Clark on a budget. They paid Kelsey Mitchell. They're paying Caitlin her rookie max when that extension comes. And now they're filling in the gaps with players like Myisha Hines-Allen, who won't break the bank, but also won't make anyone forget about Natasha Howard.
And me personally, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. And I told y'all they be doing that. These players be doing that. They'll hint that they're coming. Hell, all we know is Myisha Hines-Allen could be clickbaiting that she's coming to Indy, and it all could be cap. You feel me? She could just be tweeting out and saying this just to be saying it. You feel me? So at the end of the day, we don't know. We don't know. Now, the Indiana Fever did.
And then there's the Laney Smith situation he mentioned. Players trolling the fan base on social media, hinting at signing with Indiana and then going elsewhere. That's the reality of being a newly relevant franchise. You're going to get used for leverage. Players and agents know that Fever fans are desperate for news, so they drop breadcrumbs on Instagram, generate buzz, and then sign with whoever was offering more money the whole time. Myisha could be doing the same thing with that red and gold post. Maybe it's real. Maybe she's just generating interest before negotiating with 3 other teams. But the fact that Indiana fans immediately believed it and immediately started complaining tells you everything about the expectations gap right now.
I will be live tomorrow during this draft. So make sure you guys keep your bells on. I want to see what the people saying down in the comments. They're so excited. Get us some good stuff, Amber. Get Gabriela Jaquez. I think that's who they gonna get. It's rumbling that they gonna get her. That's who everybody been talking about. Are the Fever out of money? Why haven't they signed their 3 final roster spots are going to fill?
Here's what the analytics actually say about Myisha Hines-Allen. She's a versatile defender who can guard multiple positions. She shot 34% from 3 last season on limited attempts. She's a willing passer who won't disrupt offensive flow. Those are real skills. Those are things Indiana can use. But she's not a rim protector. She's not grabbing 8 rebounds a game, and she's not the kind of player who makes opposing coaches adjust their game plan. That's the gap between what Indiana lost and what they're getting. Natasha Howard was a game changer. Myisha Hines-Allen is a rotation player. And when you're trying to compete with Connecticut, New York, and Las Vegas, rotation players don't move you up the standings.
$1,000 away. That could have, so we could be sitting there like 2 and some change, but Kelsey took the other 400,000. So we just gotta wait and see what goes down tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is the draft. Now, the first round pick is gonna get that new rookie contract minimum thing. I think it's 200 and something, 200 some thousand, somewhere up in there. But yeah, I don't know, man, but get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this one, man. Keep them bells on. I will be back with more content. Till next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here.
So here's what this all comes down to. The Indiana Fever have approximately $1.8 million left in cap space. They have 3 roster spots to fill, and the draft is happening in 24 hours. Their strategy is clear: draft young talent, sign affordable veterans, and hope that Caitlin Clark's development covers up the roster deficiencies. Is it enough? Probably not. Connecticut just got better. New York is reloading. Las Vegas still has the best front court in the league. Indiana needed to make a splash this offseason, and instead they're making ripples. Myisha Hines-Allen on a bargain contract is a ripple. It's not the wave that pushes them into legitimate championship contention, but maybe that's okay for year 2 of the Caitlin Clark era. Maybe the front office is playing the long game. Sign affordable pieces now, see what the draft brings, and save cap space for next offseason when better players might be available. It's a reasonable strategy, it's just not an exciting one. And that's the tension that's going to define Indiana's offseason. Fans want excitement, they want big names, they want to capitalize on this moment, while Caitlin is young and cheap and generating unprecedented attention for the franchise. The front office is being cautious, conservative, and probably smart given their financial limitations. The question is whether smart and cautious wins championships. Because if you look at the teams that actually compete for titles in this league, they're the ones who go all in when they have a generational talent. Connecticut did it with Breanna Stewart. Las Vegas did it with A'ja Wilson. New York is doing it right now with Brianna and Sabrina. Indiana is doing the opposite. They're building slowly, spending carefully, and hoping it all comes together. Maybe it will. Maybe Myisha Hines-Allen exceeds expectations. Maybe their draft pick at 10 becomes a steal. Maybe Caitlin Clark takes another leap and drags this roster to places it has no business reaching. Or maybe in 3 years, we'll look back at this offseason as the moment Indiana wasted their window. The moment they had cap space, they had buzz, they had leverage, and they chose to shop in the bargain bin instead of going after impact talent. Because here's the reality that no one wants to say out loud. Caitlin Clark's rookie contract doesn't last forever. In 2 years, she's getting a max extension that's going to eat up a massive chunk of the cap. Kelsey Mitchell is already maxed out. If Indiana doesn't surround them with talent now, while they still have financial flexibility, they're going to be stuck in the same position Dallas was with Arik. 1 superstar, no help, and first-round playoff exits every year. That's the stakes of this Myisha Hines-Allen signing. It's not about whether she's a good player. It's about whether Indiana is thinking big enough. And based on the fan reaction, based on the numbers, based on what we're seeing from other contenders, the answer right now is no. So drop a comment, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if Myisha Hines-Allen is actually the perfect fit, and everyone's overreacting. Or tell me if Indiana just wasted their best chance to build a championship roster around the most marketable player in WNBA history. Because this decision is going to define the next 3 years of Fever basketball, and we're all watching to see if it pays off.